AskReddit by Street New 34. What's a women's thing men should absolutely start doing? As a former cook and current welder, hand lotioning. My dad refused to use hand lotion for a while and he kept getting big cracks in his knuckles. The cold would destroy his skin. He would only put lotion on when it was basically bleeding, by which point it can't really do much help. Skincare. What's so bad about looking younger when you're older? Moisturize. To steal from Bill Burr, guys, you can put lotion on other places than your dick. Your dick still looks brand new, while the rest of you looks like an aging pirate. You need to increase the circumference of the lotion distribution. I read this in his voice and I'm quite impressed with myself. Deleted. In the US you can also arrange for a colon screening, where you literally just mail in your poop and get tested for certain colon cancers. It shouldn't replace regularly scheduled colonoscopies, but it can be done between them. Washing your genitals before sex. Especially if you were like I'll pee beforehand. Also peeing after sex. My wife and I have been married long enough that wash your dick is now the code phrase for sex time. Sewing. Sewing is awesome. I learned basic sewing to make some bow ties for my wedding and it's an extremely rewarding skill that allows you to repair clothes, save money, and it's superb meditation. Deleted. Putting a blanket on your lap while you work. It's life-changing. A few days ago my wife brought a whole ass double duvet into the living room because it's winter now. I thought she was mad but it's cozy as shit. I've got the dog under here. Complimenting each other. I do this with my co-workers. Looking sharp today Phil is all it takes to make a day. My dad never went to hospitals unless it was absolutely necessary. One time he was riding his motorcycle in the country, and he crashed. Ended up breaking his leg. He was in an area that had no reception, so this motherfucker walked on his broken leg 5 miles to the hospital. Edit, letter. Edit 2. Since people are saying they have a lot of respect for him, I might as well follow up with this last thing. He committed suicide by crashing his car. He was strong physically when it came to pain, but he had a lot of mental pain he couldn't handle. Men need to take better care of their mental health and stop focusing on what makes you manly. I once broke my arm falling from the bicycle. I was 13. Didn't bother to tell anyone, slept it off. 2 days later, starts swelling up really bad. Dad takes me to doctor who immediately orders an x-ray. There is a clean full break in the bone. Doc says it has even started healing and I'm lucky that it is healing in the correct position or they'd have to break it again and reset it. Now that I'm growing my hair out a little longer, didn't know how much I was missing out on not using hair conditioner. Edit. Since this comment took off I wanted to add, this comment is more of a statement of men not taking care of their hair the way they should. Whatever works for you, keep doing it. Just take care of your beautiful hair. I've been using the 3-in-1 stuff for years. I just thought my hair was feeling a little crusty the last month or so, but it's probably been an issue for years that I just didn't notice till my hair started thinning pretty bad. I bought a bottle of conditioner 4 days ago and the difference is unimaginable. Just did it on a whim. Never turning back. Skincare and applying sunscreen. Yes. My husband applies sunscreen like it's the last bottle on earth and he's afraid he's gonna run out. He literally will dip a fingertip into the tiny amount on his hand and put 4-6 tiny dots on himself, rub them in and be shocked when he looks like a lobster later that evening. He also relies on his chest hair to keep his chest from burning. Spoiler, it doesn't. Yoga, especially as you get older, wish I had started sooner. Any recommendations on how to start? My husband never really did pedicures before we met and the first time I did one for him he was in love with it. I used a scraper to get the dead skin off his heels. He calls them hooves haha, and he was horrified how much came off. He'll even inspect my work now and say this toenail is a little jagged. Do want me to look a mess. He likes being pampered and I'm happy to do it for him. Edit. A number of you asked about the scraper. It's called a 346,642 and amp. Keywords equals pet plus egg and amp. Kid equals 1,670,713,845 and amp. SR equals 8-3. Edit number 2. Everyone is very hilarious that calls it a pedophile. OMG, my husband loves foot care day so much. We have a heated foot bath that has massaging air bubbles. I'll add Epsom salts or scented bath salts, scrub his feet, and then do all the scraping, clipping, filing, cuticle removal, lotioning. He just luxuriates the whole time. It's the cutest thing. 8 women, can y'all tell me how to shave my ass cause I got no fucking clue. Just get a trimmer and squat in the shower. Trimming will get rid of the hair. The small amount left is prickly for maybe a day. You don't get the dreaded regrowth itchies. Ingrown hairs aren't as much of an issue. All around 10/10. I was trying on jeans for work the other day and I found this magical material that stretches but looks like denim. I was gushing over them and my wife laughed and said a lot of women's jeans use that material and a lot of hers are the same. Men should discover these jeans. Edit. A lot of responses are about the inferior quality. Fair enough, but I work retail and am constantly squatting to fill shelves etc, so I'll take comfort over durability any day. Especially when I've got a bit of an ass on me. Customers don't need to be walking around the corner and catching a plumber's crack unexpectedly. My husband was astounded when he found men's stretchy jeans. He hated jeans before that. Stretches. Yoga pilates is dominated by women. Better mobility. Range of motion. Injury prevention. Indirectly improves strength. Prevents joint pain. Feels good. My 26-year-old cousin got her mom and dad into yoga with her, and amazingly the dad is now probably more into yoga than the entire rest of the family. He's been a car mechanic his entire life and absolutely loves it. He said it has worked out some pains he's been dealing with for decades. Moaning during sex. Such a turn on. I just look at my girl dead in the eye with no expression. Treating yourself. Self-care. If that means fishing for a weekend. Go. Self-care doesn't always look the same. Thanks, just ordered some cocaine and 2 prostitutes. I know there are plenty of men who do it already, but I feel like more men should start sewing. A sewing machine is a power tool for making things with fabric. I can't make anything nice enough to wear, but I love all the utility stuff I can make and repairs I can do. Make noise during sex. Not even dirty talk, a moan or any words of encouragement would be enough. Swell job, champ. I work in a kitchen full of men and it's quite sad to listen to them tell each other that they can't cry. Or that they are not supposed to do so. I don't know who came up with this, but I fight that concept every chance I get. As a result, most of them feel safe to share their emotions with me. Even crying. It took me 28 years to accept that I'm just emotional as hell and allow myself to cry freely when I'm alone or sometimes with someone I trust. 4 years later, I feel as though I've basically stopped aging. It's not healthy to hold that shit in and I wish I'd accepted it ages ago. If you want to cry, it's okay to let yourself feel those emotions and go through them for as long as you feel like it. Kinda like a storm, it passes and when you reach the other side, you feel like $1,000,000. Self-care. Moisturize and start taking care of their skin, hair, etc. I recently started using complex medical grade men's shampoo in an effort to slow the onset of balding. Genetic plus stressful career, so it is ultimately inevitable. At the same time, I have started using a similar grade face wash and moisturizing cream. Both make a noticeable difference, and I have to say I do feel good when I can tell the results firsthand. I'm 27 and growing up through the late 90s and zeros culture, it was considered very soft and unmanly for a guy to do anything like this. Fortunately you stop caring about such cultures and trends once you're an adult. It's great that me and my dad can joke to each other about it too. I can tell him I wouldn't need to use lady creams if he hadn't given me his baby skin baldness, haha. Now he's even getting into it, and he is your typical manly biker who was born in the mid-60s mining industry and grew up as a rocker, haha. We love breaking stereotypes together. Man, started carrying a purse satchel years ago and never looked back. I'm a new man. Breath stinky? Boom, here's some gum. Headache? Boom, here's a pill. Phone dead? Boom, here's a charger. My little bag carries so much and has saved me so many times. I prefer a backpack myself because it stays balanced and I have both my hands free and I don't need to worry about it dangling from my arm when I try to grab something from the ground. And I have tried both. Being more mindful and getting help for mental health. I've actually started the process for this myself, 30 years old, and I haven't been in a good headspace for a while and it's affected my marriage and relationship with my kids. Now I'm on antidepressants and start therapy on the 22nd. So many washing they ass comments. You all dating some poop eating dingleberry trolls? I'm always shocked by that one. Like, as a guy who thoroughly washes his ass, it never really occurred to me that other people wouldn't all do the same. But then you get into a Reddit comment thread and there's like a million random women and dudes talking about how their guys have literal shit caked onto their assholes from years of neglect. WTF. Talk to their friends about their mental health. Don't make fun of your guy friends for being vulnerable or if they were a victim of something normally a woman would be a victim of. Like when a female teacher has sex with a male student, don't say the kid is lucky. Be as disgusted as you would if it was the other way around. I know a guy who was raped by the school librarian when he was 14. He says it was consensual and thinks it's cool he bedded an older woman, even though she was probably 50 and looked like Rick Moranis. Kegels. Funny how you've managed to make all the people, especially women, reading this do one. Take mine all. Sometimes guys are embarrassed to take it because it's mainly used to help with menstrual cramps. Guys, it works better than Tylenol, Advil, or ibuprofen. Trust me. For real, mine all is amazing for headaches. It's a painkiller plus caffeine. Guy here, I'll say use lip balm chapstick. Edit, well stomp on my stones and call me Detective Bullock. Didn't expect so many upvotes for commenting about lips. Thanks for all the upvotes and all comments. Definitely plenty of options listed if lip balm or chapstick isn't ideal for you. If you're like me and chapstick just dries out your lips more, use Aquaphor. Even in the worst of chapness it only takes about a day to heal fully and then I don't have to apply it again.